anything to put on.
Did you get wet again?
I did. Really cold, too. I thought tonight the first half was as good defensively as any team I've coached has played. In the passing lanes, disruptive, turning defense into offense. The job we did on the defensive glass for us, limiting them to one offensive rebound the first half, led to really good offense and us being able to make shots and play in a rhythm that was very, very good. Obviously, you force a team like Michigan State into 17 turnovers, you're going to feel good. And I like that. I thought the second half was a half where there was not a lot of rhythm. We couldn't get anything established offensively. And even though we missed a few layups, it was frustrating. But about 3.5 to go, I think there was a media timeout, and I told our guys in the locker room, this is why you came here, to be in these games, in these situations, down the stretch, and this is when we're going to become this is going to be a defining moment, and this is when we're going to establish what we're about. And prior to that, the biggest play of the game I thought was Andres Feliz. 1 second on the clock, Io gives him a great pass for an and-one, down 3, and then Io obviously hits the 2 shots, and then we executed very, very well down the stretch defensively. So, all in all, I'm elated. I'm so happy for the guys in the locker room, and it's been something that we keep growing, we keep getting better, we keep working, and that's those young men are to be commended.
Questions?
Brad, after Io's 2 big shots, you wanted to run some clock. They never got anything really to execute it at the end of that. How hard is it when you're spreading out time to get back in the flow?
Well, I think the one thing that was, Io hit the 2 shots, and we were switching everything late. And then offensively, it's hard to get in any type of rhythm when you know they're going to foul you. And it's more about your press breaker and getting open. Trent stepped up and made his free throws. They fouled Georgie. Georgie broke really hard to get open, and he made 1 of 2. So we kept it at 3, and then we kept it at 2 possessions. And then obviously Aaron Jordan made a huge block. On a really hard closeout, and that was something that helped seal it.
Jeremy?
Brett, this felt like your kind of team. Felt like defense, offensively, your system seemed to move a little bit. Is there such a thing as turning a corner? Do you believe in that? Yeah,
I do. There's no doubt. But I think the one thing that now's not the time to reflect on that. It's 1 of 20. And yet it is more than that to us. And I think that it proves that we can beat the country's best. And you look at their statistical numbers, they're right there. They're the best in a lot of categories. And defensively, and we were good. We were really, really good the first half. And then offensively, we played with pace, and we spread it around. And we'll reflect on that maybe at the end of the year, maybe 3 years or 5 years, and say this moment, this was the one.
Coach, with under 2 minutes left, and I was coming off hitting that game-tying 3, he pulls the ball out, and what's just going through your head at that time when you kind of realize that he's going to be the one to take this shot?
Well, the objective there was to go at Cassius. Cassius had 4 fouls. He's their best weapon. We ran a little action we call pistol, which is just a guard-on-guard screen, and he was guarding Trent. And so we had Trent set the up screen. They went under it. He hit the first one, and then the second one was the same type of action to create that switch. So it wasn't the play as much as it was creating the matchup that we needed to get to in that moment.
Brett, I know you guys haven't had a whole lot of home Big Ten games, and now you've got 3 in a row, 2 out of 3 already, and just talk about the crowd and how you guys fed off that crowd tonight.
Well, there's no doubt that they were huge, and I think the one thing that it's one of the reasons I came here. I mean, this place is incredible. Our fans never give up attitude, never die attitude. The Orange Crush, we haven't dotted the top 25, and we're not there yet. And yet these fans are so passionate and so prideful, and it's fun to really reward them, and yet they helped us a great deal. And this place was rocking, and this is the State Farm Center I remember.
You asked the players before, but what's the first thing that went through your head when the clock hit zeros?
Can't repeat that.
Yeah.
No, I think that it's so much respect for Tom, so much respect for Michigan State. That's a program that Tom's been there 23 or 24 years, and everything that they have accomplished and the culture that they have established. And it's not just beating a top 10 team; it was beating them because of what they stand for. And I mean, they're everything that I want to try to be. And there was an excitement level because of that, but there was also my thoughts were almost completely with our guys. I'm so happy for our guys because we weren't ready early to win. And now we've had enough, and we kept working, and they deserve that.
So even now, Forrest Catchers wasn't into his 2 worst performances turnover-wise in his career. What is it maybe about the pressure defense that you've been able to really bother him?
Well, I mean, he's arguably going to be one of the candidates for Player of the Year in the league, and it's not just the job that you do on him. It's the job that you do in denying his entries and making them hard. And we wanted to make sure that we were very, very concerned about Goins coming in. He's been playing great. They ran a play to him with the game on the line against Indiana. He's also a tremendous passer. So I thought just as big the job we did on him was the job that we did on Goins. And Kipper and AJ and Tevye and all did a solid job on him.
Going back to that Iowa shot, after he hit the shot, Michigan State calls the timeout. His teammates are rushing him, but he kind of holds him back and tells him to calm down. What does it just kind of say about him in that moment that he was that composed?
Yeah, the final buzzer had not sounded, and he knows that. And I mean, there's a tremendous poise that Iowa has, and one, he's not afraid to take the shot. Secondly, he knows when you make it that there's still a lot of game left, and when you're playing against the 6th ranked team in the country, you better play it all the way through. So he's got a maturity about him that's beyond his years.
Brent, this Io, Trent, Andres thing seems to be working. This dynamic. What kind of evolution have you seen from those 3 kind of settling into these roles that are working?
Yeah, it was one of the things that we felt pretty good about coming into this matchup was taking advantage of the matchup in ball screens. All 3 of those guys are really, really good in ball screens. And we've become so much better defensively that we haven't got it exploited as much because of lack of size or lack of rebounding or whatever. But on the offensive end, Andres is shooting better. Trent's able to break it down and get in the paint. Andres is becoming not just a guy who's trying to finish now, but spray and get shots. And we've seen Io do a lot of different things, but it's nice. It's what we envisioned, and I think that I'm getting more and more comfortable with that as we go. We can keep experimenting with different things with that group.
Great, back.
I think he had more dunks tonight than in any game this season. What does that say about this team, attacking the rim like that?
We haven't really had very many, have we? No, I think it's, there's a balance, and we told our guys before the game that when you go, you better go strong, because this is one of the leading shot blocking teams in the country, and don't go up. And I think Trent had one late where he kind of jackknifed it and double pumped it, but if you go any other way, they're going to block it. And so I think it was just an aggressive mentality. It's one, I hope they liked it. And now we can continue to attack like that.
Brad, 5 weeks ago you guys lose to Florida in the next year. What is it? Are you surprised at how much this team has improved so much in just over a month?
Damn, that's a way to ruin a good night. I've never stopped believing in this team. And you go, most seasons everybody has a moment where you're not at your best, or you're not as dialed in as you need to be. But I've never doubted this team for 1 second, because they have never stopped working. It's a close-knit bunch. It is a group that is becoming more confident. And when you lose a bunch of games early, and we had a lot of leads that we lost, now it's nice to be able to finish one off like that. So, but I never doubted that we'd be a good basketball team. It was, they wouldn't allow me to ever doubt them, because they worked so hard.
Your thoughts on tonight's free throw performance?
It was better than the other night. That's what you have to do to close out a game and beat a top 10 team. You've got to make free throws. I'm really happy for Trent. We've seen Trent stand up there and have some struggles, and he stood up there tonight, and I mean, he wanted the ball. He wanted the basketball late in the game, and so that's nice to see him have some success there.
Coach, how would you describe Io's desire and the way he thrives in a big moment on the big stage, and what's it like to coach a guy like that?
Well, you're blessed when you get a coach one, and I mean, I think it's just an inner confidence, and Io thinks about basketball. I'll say this: when he's not in the classroom, he thinks about basketball all the time, and it's a confidence of being in the moment. He's been there before. He's played against the best players in the country. He's had such success. But he's a young man that is not afraid to take this shot and miss it. And there's not a lot of guys that are willing to do that. And when you get that guy, he's in that position now where, you ride that horse, and he's going to come through.
Last question.
Before Andres made that and one late in the game, you guys were on an 8-minute plus scoring drought. That sank this team at times throughout the year. What do you think allowed you guys to pull out of it tonight?
Great defense at the other end. I thought as much as we had 2 breakdowns defensively, both in transition. We left Aaron's wide open for a 3, and we blew a coverage on Goins hitting a 3 on a pick and pop. But I thought our defense was solid enough that it kept us in it. And yet, we got a little stagnant offensively, just simply because we kept doing the same thing over and over. We've still got room to develop there and mix up some different entries, which we did in the first half. And sometimes it's just about a player making a play. And Io made a great pass to Dre, and he finished it. And then we put him in a situation to be successful down the stretch, and he not only made one, he made 2.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.